Now we can make a foot. This is what a finished foot is going to look like. Now, it is not stuffed yet, and you will need to make 4 of these. So let's begin. It does begin with your contrast color. And the directions say to use chains, but I opt for a magic ring. I like the fact that a magic ring will close down a little tighter than a chain. So in order to make the magic ring, I lay my yarn across 2 fingers, wind it around until I'm back up here at the top. So I've actually gone around 1.5 times. Right there is where I'm going to secure my ring with a slip stitch. That's it. Just a slip stitch right there. Now, into this ring, as you can see, you can pull it open there. You're going to place the 6 single crochets that it asks for. And so let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2. Now you need to be sure that you're crocheting over the top of where you wound the yarn around your fingers. So you're going over 2 strands. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And like all of our projects, we need a stitch marker. So here's my box with my stitch markers. And once again, I'm going to use one that has got a good contrast to what I'm working on. Makes it a little easier for me to see. Old eyes see better with contrast. Now, in order to close up the ring, you're going to take the tail that you had and pull it really tight until you have no space at all. And now to double check, I always count back my 6 single crochets that I was doing into the ring. So I'm going to count them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right here is 6. So that's where my stitch marker is going to go. And that is where I am going to slip stitch into that stitch. And again, this is pretty tight. So just work your hook in there. Again, a big hook, so a little harder. And slip stitch your ring closed and chain 1. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets. This is round 2 in each single crochet all the way around. So we're going to begin right here, and we're going to put 2 in this space. 1, and as always, move that marker and put another one right there. 2. And now 2 in each all the way around, and you should have 12. So this is 3 and another one there. 4, 5 in the next one, and 6, next one, 7 and 8, next one, 9 and 10, and in the last one, 11 and 12. Now it looks like I have an extra there, so I'm going to double check and count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. So because of that, I must have miscounted. I'm going to only put one in this one and then one in what looks like this extra one. And that gives me 12, and I can join. You know, there's always ways to figure out how to fix your mistakes. So that's round 2. Now we're going to go to round 3. And it says to single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then 1 single crochet in each of the next stitch and 2 sorry about that, Reed. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 in the next, and we should end up with a total of 18. So that's going to look like this. 1 in the first one, move that marker, and 2 in the next stitch. 1, 2, and repeat all the way around. 1 in the next stitch and 2 in the next. 1 and 2. And let's count. We should have 18. So we can slip stitch into that first chain or first stitch made. Come on, baby. And chain 1. Now we'll start with round 4. All right, row 4. We've done our chain 1, and it says 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 single crochets, 2 in the next, and we're going to repeat around, and we're going to end up with 24. So 1, right here, and move that marker, and 1 in the next, and 2 in this next one. 1 and 2. And I'll repeat that. 1 in the next one, 1 in the next one, and 2 in this one. 2, 2. And repeat that all the way around. 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, it says we should have 24, so count. So we can join this round and chain 1. Now we're on round 5. 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 single crochets, 2 single crochet in the next. So here we go. Here's 1. Move the stitch marker. And 1 in the next one, and 1 in the third one. And now we're going to do 2. 1, 2 in the same stitch. Again, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, and 1 and 1 the third time. And now 2 in this next one. 1, 2. And repeat. Okay. Now it says we should have 30. I see my assistant is here to help with everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 30. We've got it. Join and move to round 6. Now round 6 is going to be a little bit different. But don't let that scare you, okay? We're good here. We're going to be okay. So in round 6, we're going to chain 1. And it says we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 single crochets, and then 2 in the next single crochet. And this is in parentheses, so it says we're going to do this pattern 4 single 2 together in the same stitch twice. Okay, so here we go. We've done our chain 1. Here's 1, see, somebody's kind of feisty today, and 2. Just going to hold my yarn. Come on, Finny. 3 and 4. Those are 1 in each stitch. Now we're going to put 2 in this next one. 1 and 2. Now it says to repeat that one more time. 1 in 1, 1 in 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 1 in each single crochet for 4 and 2 in this one. 1, 2. All right, we've done that pattern twice. Now 2 single crochet in each of the next 10 stitches. So just put 2 in each of the next 10. So here we go. Here's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and 10, 10. Okay. Now it gives us another parenthesis, so it tells us it's going to be a pattern. 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 single crochets, 2 in the next single crochet, and we're going to do that twice. And that's going to be the end of this color of yarn. So I'll show you how to do that color change. So first we're going to do 4 in 1 in each. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now 2 in this one, 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat that one more time, 1 in each of the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 2 in this next last one, 1, 2. And finish that stitch. And now we're going to count and make sure that we have 44. Now it does get a little bit challenging to count these doubles, so make sure if you don't get the right count the first time, go back and count again before you tear out and do something to correct your mistake. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, kind of pull them apart, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Okay, so we can change colors here. We got the right number. So Benny, you need to move on. Come on, buddy. Go on. Go find someplace else. Come on. I know. Okay, so in order to do our slip stitch to close this round, what we're going to do is put your hook in. No. Okay, sorry. Insert your hook in the stitch where you want to do your slip stitch. Now, on the back side, grab the color of yarn that you're changing to, pull it through, and pull it through for your slip stitch. Now, I give my old color a good tug to tighten that down nicely, and then I'm ready to go with my next round. I've got my new color. Now, before I clip off, I'll show you what we're going to do to make sure that that's really nice and secure. So we're moving to my second page here. Now, this is the 7th round. We've changed colors. We're now working with the multicolor yarn. And it says, chain 1, working in the back loops only, 1 single crochet in each of the next single crochets all the way around. So I need to take off my stitch marker for right here, and I'm going to go, let me see if I can get you a little better. Okay, unfortunately my naughty cat got in the way and we missed some of this recording. So what I can show you is that I did, after I finished this round, I cut the tail on the contrast color so that I was able to let that ball of yarn go. I took the starting tail that was left from when I changed colors. I tied a really good double knot there and pulled it tight, and then you know me, I added one more knot just to be sure. Now you don't need to do anything with these. They can just hang out on the inside because we're going to be stuffing this foot, so they can't pull out or pull through. So it says on round 8 we're going to chain 1, okay, and we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 12 single crochets. So we can do that. 1, and we need to move the stitch marker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Now it says we're going to single crochet 2 together 10 times. Okay. So we're going to go in the next stitch, pull up a loop, in the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now I've got 3, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 1. And now we're going to do 2, 3, excuse me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one, 10. Okay. And now it says 1 single crochet in each single crochet to the end of the round, and we should end up with 34. Okay, time to count. 34. I'm going to turn this. This is how it's going to go as the foot. See, and the tails are on the inside. So I just was trying to get that oriented. It's a little easier to work with it if it's going the right way. So slip stitch your round together and move down to round 9. And it says round 9 is going to be 1 and 1 all the way around. And you are going to do that until your work is going to measure 3 inches. And it's going to be 3 inches, 3 inches from where you changed colors. See, so I put the 3 right there. So I see that I've only done 1 inch. So I need to go all the way to the top, and we're just going to do 1 and 1 and till we can measure 3 inches from the color change up to where we are, and then I will meet you back here. Here we are, and it measures 3 inches from the top to where we changed color. So now it's time to move on to the next round. And this round, it says we are going to begin with a chain 1, and then it gives us parentheses so we know we have a pattern that we're going to use. So we're going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 4, and then 2 single crochet together, and we're going to do that twice. So try to get to where you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so 4, 1 and 1, 1, and gotta move that stitch marker, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 single crochet together. So 1 and 2, got 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to do that pattern again because we're supposed to do that twice. And so we'll repeat that 4 and 1 and 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 single crochet, 2 together. Okay. Now it says 1 single crochet in each of the next 10 single crochets. Okay, so we need to do 10 that are 1 and 1. So 1, 10. Now 1 single crochet in each of the next 4, and then single crochet 2 together, and we're going to repeat that pattern twice. So just like the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to do 2 together. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and now 4, 1 and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and pull. And it says we should have 30 altogether, so always count. 30, so we can join together. Okay, and the next round it says just do 1 and 1. So we're going to chain 1 as we begin every row, 1 single crochet in where our stitch marker is, move the stitch marker, and just do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So we should have, when we're done, 30 again. We'll be back when this is done. Okay, the next round says chain 1 and 1 single crochet in the first 8, and then 2 single crochet together, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So we'll do 1, move the stitch marker, kind of crocheted it in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then I'm going to do single crochet 2 together, 1 and 1, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to repeat that until I get to the end of the round. So 8, 1 and 1, and crochet 2 together, and repeat again. And crochet 2 together. And it says we should have 27 stitches. Join, and the next row is going to be 1 single crochet in each single crochet all the way around, so we should end up with 27. Okay, next round. It says we're going to do chain 1 as we always begin, and we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 7, and then 2 single crochet together, and we're going to repeat it all the way around. We should end up with 24 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then we do a single crochet 2 together, 1, 2, and pull through, and repeat until we get to the end of the round. And 2 together, and repeat again. And 2 together to finish the round. And it says we should have 24 stitches. And we're going to join and chain 1, and then we're going to do another 1 and 1 round. So 1 crochet, 1 single crochet in each single crochet all the way around, and we should end with 24 stitches. Okay, here is our big dinosaur. He's kind of a We call him affectionately our Slug or Slugworth tonight at this point. But you can see he is so big he doesn't quite even fit on my whole table. But anyway, here we go. Here is a foot. And it is finished. So on the feet, on the recording about how to do the feet, the last row that I showed you was 6 single crochets in 1 single crochet and then a double crochet 2 together, and you repeated that till you got around to the end. So there's 2 more additional rows that are just 1 crochet in 1 crochet, so just 1 in 1, 2 more rows of that, and then you're going to fasten off and leave yourself a very long sewing thread here. That's what you're going to use to sew these feet onto his body. So the first thing we have to do now, I'm going to try to move him a little bit, there we go, to the back, is I've got another bag open here of stuffing. So we need to stuff the feet just like we stuffed the body. Try to make sure that you keep the bottom of the foot flat, but it's going to round up a little bit. It's no problem. Oh, Finnegan, you helping me stuff? He's very curious about stuffing. And I'm trying to keep it on the camera for you, but it's hard to stuff and stay in one place. But we're going to get it pretty full here. Make sure that your long tail for sewing. Speaking of long tails, look at this tail. Bye. Okay. Yeah, make sure that your long tail for stuffing doesn't end up inside of the foot. You want that to be out where you can use it to sew. And I do pack them down pretty tight, pretty good. I don't want it to be too floppy. And then once you get it packed just the way you like it, then you'll be ready to sew. So make sure that you have your tapestry needles available. That looks like it's pretty good there. And right before you get it closed up, your final stitch or two, you can always, if you feel like, I want a little bit more on there, you can always add a little bit more at that time. But you can see here I've got it, it's full, it's solid and pretty firm. And so now we need to thread up a tapestry needle. And I will say this kind of yarn is not the easiest to thread. So I do fold it in half around the needle, pull it down as tight and as hard as you can, pull the needle out, and then use that bend and a little fingernail action to push some of that through. And where you can pull it out. You got it enough there. Now, the big question is going to be, I know, where do we put these feet? Well, that's a pretty easy answer. So we're looking at the dinosaur, and this is his neck, and we're increasing till about right here. We can see is where we started to go just around and around straight. We weren't increasing, we weren't decreasing. So it's right at that spot, kind of where your increasing stopped and where you become straight. That's where you want to put this first foot. And it's going to be kind of on the, I like it to be able to rest down on the ground. So, so right there. And you're just going to take your Finnegan, this is not a good time. Go on. Go on. Okay, and you've got your tail threaded up here. And so unfortunately for me, it looks like on this foot, my tail is down here at the bottom. I like to see where I've joined, kind of, and put that down on the bottom side. No, maybe it's right here. It really doesn't matter. Once you stuff this foot, it's what it is. So I'm going to stick it up here right next to him, right at the place where my increases were no longer happening. And I'm going to go and pick up a thread, and then I'm going to come and go into the next stitch and pick up another. And after I've done 2 of those, I like to tie a knot. So I'm going to just go through it again and loop into my loop so that this gives it a knot. And I'm pulling this very tightly. And I'm going to just keep going around the next crochet and grab a bit of his body. And that's 1. Go into the next crochet. 2. Pull that tight. And then I'm going to give it another second stitch in the same spot and go into the loop. Make that my knot, and I'm going to go all the way around him, and I'm going to have to move him around and roll him around. A lot of times I put him on the couch. It's just easier for me to manage him that way. Now, so I get this first foot on here at the end of my increases. Now the next foot, the back foot on the same side, see if you can see here, it's hard to get him on camera. He is just such a big guy. You can see that right about here, and you'll have to see on your own Dinosaur, right about here is the end of the 20 inches where I was staying the same, and then I'm beginning decreases. So that's where I want his back foot to go, is right where the decreases end. And so he's got a fair amount of tail, you can see beyond that. So then you're going to do the same thing, stuff the foot, find the spot where you like it, and stitch it on. And at that point, after I've got those 2 feet on, then I go and I follow my line here of crocheting to the other side and attach the other side, the other 2 feet, you can see here, on the other side, just lining them up from where my foot with the line of stitching where that front foot is, and same thing for the back feet. Get them tied on real good, like I said, making those knots about every 2 stitches, and then you are ready to think about spikes. And we will have another video for spikes coming out for you next week. So just crochet those feet and then start sewing them on, 1 single crochet at a time. And we'll catch you next week when we actually finish this big old guy, Mr. Big Dino. So I hope you have a great week.